Hey everyone, welcome into Honolulu's Hangout. Very special episode because we have Crownyy. Crownyy's over there, down there. This is the first time we've had an interview in a while, and so we're going back to our roots. I am Honolulu Gamer. That's Rickman. Nope, that's Rickman. The scene got switched on me. Yeah, right, that's Rickman. And as I mentioned, that's Crownyy down there. Crownyy, how are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm excited to be on. It's
long time
nice to be on the podcast and talk about some streaming. So yeah, thank you.
So for those that don't know, Crownyy is is the second best crown of the crown streamers. But you can find Crownyy. When can people find you live on Twitch? Give us the quick lowdown.
So live on Twitch, typically 3 times a week. Tuesdays, Thursdays at 7 o'clock GMT. So UK time essentially, and then Sundays at 2 o'clock GMT. And occasionally might try and fit in the odd other stream. Part of me would love to stream more, but you know, there's life and all that. So yeah, they're the 3 scheduled streams for now.
Stuff
with the
happens.
odd extra thrown in.
So Rickman and I got started on Mixer, Crownyy. So did you also get started on Mixer? I know you're a former Mixer, but did you get started there?
Yeah. So I started essentially it was pretty much a year ago, around about now. It was when, like with lots of people, COVID, etc., got furloughed, had lots of time. I'd always thought about the streaming. I had dabbled in Mixer because you could do it straight from your Xbox. So I used to just randomly fire up a stream. There was no branding, there was no schedule, and then it was about this time last year. I didn't specify a date for the anniversary, but it'll be in April at some point. Just decided to give it a go, and I think, like many, chose Mixer as it was a platform that felt smaller, felt easier for a nobody to meet some people and build a community essentially. So yeah, just like you two.
Yeah, I mean that's the same for you, Rickman, right?
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. Exactly. I mean, I know we've discussed Mixer many times before. I miss Mixer. I miss Mixer every day. I just think overall, I think Mixer definitely, as Crownyy said, definitely an easier place to just get on, much smaller, easier to find, easier to interact. I've enjoyed Twitch and it's been better than I expected, but I think, yeah, Mixer overall, I think definitely with smaller streams was easier to build communities, I think. So definitely agree with that.
So, all right, Crownyy, tell us.
I was just going to say, I completely agree. It was just, I'd still say I miss it now. Admittedly, if like, it'd be difficult to go back to it now, but yeah, I'd say I miss it simply because there was, you just come across more people, I think, essentially, and you still do on Twitch,
But you have to search them out. You have to search people out. It's not the same, man. I tell you, I mean, okay, technically searching out a person is the same. You're still searching, but I tell you, it just feels different on Twitch. It feels different, and I don't like it. But Rickman, why don't you tell Crownyy about let's talk about the shutdown next, the Mixer shutdown. But before we get into that, Rickman, why don't you regale Crownyy with your unfortunate incident? That's what I refer. I hope you know what I'm talking about.
I'm guessing it was when I started live stream. I think I was on Forza Horizon 4. Streaming, didn't have any idea, and then all of a sudden I started getting all these people coming to my stream. I had no idea, and then I'm thinking, well, I must be doing something different today. I've got all these people coming by, and then literally someone's like, "Oh my god, are you going to Twitch?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine here on Mixer, thanks." And then they were like, "No, dude, Mixer's shutting down." I was like, at that point, I was like, "I just bought a Mixer t-shirt. There's no way this is shutting down." Although it was on sale, so I should have seen it coming. And then yeah, I googled it straight away, and it was literally everyone came through, and I was so hyped. So I just bought this Mixer t-shirt. Was waiting for it to come so I could wear it on stream, and yeah, and then so we basically got live reactions of finding out Mixer shut down. Sad times, very, very sad times.
Rickman was very salty that stream. Crownyy, how did you find out about the shutdown?
I think just through Twitter. I mean, I was, in many ways, I guess I was lucky in the sense that I didn't have that big a channel. It was smaller than what my Twitch channel is now. So I wasn't necessarily losing too much in regards to having to rebuild. I was part of a Discord community, which I still am, which is where it helped me get going, sort of thing. But yeah, just through Twitter and sort of word of mouth that way, really.
What was the reaction? What was your initial reaction when you heard the news? Were you upset? Rickman was livid. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have loads of people in my stream at the time telling me in the comment in the chat, but yeah, I was pretty gutted because, especially at that time, I felt like whether or not, you know, who knows where it would have gone, but I felt like I was building a bit of momentum then as well. And it was a time when I was furloughed, so I was streaming every day as well. So that might have had something to do with the momentum I was building. So yeah, I wish it hadn't happened. Kind of always thought it was quite safe when it was in Microsoft's hands, because you'd think they've got some money. But it's just not how it goes sometimes. So yeah, it was a bit pants. I'd never even been on Twitch, just even to view before that.
Wow. Interesting. So Rickman, I don't remember how I found out about it, or I mean, I know how I found out. I found out through like Twitter or the news or something. But it was really unfortunate for me because that was the week. The news came down, I think, on a Monday or Tuesday, but that was the week that I was featured on the Mixer subreddit that week.
Oh no!
As the featured streamer, and so the news comes down, and it's like, well, what the hell are you gonna do now? This is now I had a big special stream planned that week too. I'm still mad about it.
I think he was the last featured streamer as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn right I was. You kidding me?
I think Mixer just turned into pictures of food processing units after that.
Right.
That's the title to take, though.
I will wear that with pride for the rest of my life. So Mixer shut down, and you're now on Twitch. But did you explore any other platforms, YouTube gaming, Facebook gaming, or did you just go straight away on Twitch?
Straight away on Twitch. I think I thought about YouTube gaming just because of being able to integrate that with making maybe YouTube videos as well. Thought like in terms of discoverability, probably wouldn't have made much difference. Maybe harder, I don't know. I did think about it briefly, but honestly, yeah, just Twitch. There was no thought of Facebook gaming, I'll be honest.
Right.
There still isn't.
There still isn't, yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I don't hear great things, and it's Facebook, so, you know.
That's what everybody says. I gave Facebook a go when the shutdown happened. I was doing a split schedule, 2 days Twitch, 2 days Facebook, and Facebook is really quite interesting. I had some of my best, by far and away, it's still bigger than anything I've ever done on Twitch in terms of viewers. Like I was playing Pokemon Shield on Facebook Gaming. I will never play it on Twitch. I hate backseat gamers. I hate it. That's why I also won't play a game like Hollow Knight, for example, Crownyy. I won't do it. Or Bloodborne. Because these people come in. That. Yeah, see? I don't like it. I hate it. So don't backseat me unless I say it's okay. But that said, so I was playing Pokemon and also terrible for backseating. And I got like one time like 400 viewers or something on one of my Pokemon streams. It was absolute craziest thing that's ever happened. But then the next week I do Pokemon and it was like 20, which is still, you know, whatever. It's a respectable number, but it's definitely not close to 400. I can tell you that. And so that's Facebook gaming was weird for me. So moved over to Twitch full time shortly thereafter. But I don't know. The streaming platform thing is weird to me. I'm kind of sad that it's really like Twitch and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, even with was it Glimesh?
Yeah.
Is it Glimesh?
Glimesh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even with that sort of starting recently, I hope that takes off in some form, or not necessarily takes off, but keeps going essentially. But it's like it's not something. I think with these smaller platforms now, like I think there's Trovo as well. There's the fear I think that they could just go just like that, which don't want to happen again, you know.
Right. Right. All right. How do you determine the games that you're going to play, Crownyy? Because I have been in your streams now for 2 months, I think, and I've seen Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
I've seen No Way Out with Mrs. Crownyy. I've seen Hollow Knight, and then I think you were also just like RIP for a month because of your internet. But how do you determine the games? What's the deal? Give us the lowdown.
I always sort of had the mantra of playing what I wanted to play, just because I need to enjoy what I'm doing for other people to enjoy. And I feel like with streamers, typically you go to a stream because of the streamers instead of the game. So I try to always stick to games because I used to play probably before. I've become a bit more consistent with the games probably since just before you came in, Honolulu. But before, like last year, I'd normally play a different game almost every stream. Because I had it in my head that I'd play new games, like brand new games. I wanted to almost be like a preview channel that would play games to see what they're like and then share my thoughts with people who come in. In a way, that's what I would still like to do, but it's difficult as a small channel.
Right.
People aren't interested in coming in to see your opinion on this brand new game or whatever it might be. So I then sort of started to lean towards... I started playing Silent Hill 2 the first time, and that became the first game that I consistently played, and it turns out people are quite passionate about that game still. That's theory. So I had lots of people come. I had people come in and just start chatting, and met some really cool people who still come to the channel now. And that sort of made me realise how sort of playing through a game, whether it's new or old, from beginning to end, can have its benefits, and it can be nice if you get the same regular people coming in and chatting. So I've gone for more of a I don't know, I'm trying to think really how I decide what games I play. I put it to my small community a bit more in terms of what to play next. It's normally someone will say a comment in the chat saying, "Oh, this game." They won't necessarily say you should play this game, but they'll mention the game like, "That's great, I want to play that." And they're quite often tend to be older games at the moment. And then through watching other streams as well, really, there's no particular. I haven't got a schedule of what game I play on each day. I've thought about it, but it just never quite happened. So to answer the question.
It's a community driven. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I love it. I love it.
Partly community, partly what people are chatting about, partly what I just want to play. Like, if there were some more newer games coming out at the moment, I'd possibly play them. I would be aware that I'd likely not garner too many viewers from it, but
right.
It's something I want to play. I'll play it, I guess, essentially.
Now, Rickman, didn't you do you had the same kind of idea with the first 60 before, right? I mean, you dropped that like a hot potato, but you had the similar idea.
It's it was something like that. I wanted to do it off a stream, so I wanted to do it as just like a YouTube video, but then I thought, well, I'm already streaming, I might as well just take what I do. So it was like first 60, first 90. It was something like, it was basically like the first 60 to 90 minutes of gameplay of a game, and just giving that opinion, as you're saying, get people on that. But on the streams there weren't too many. I think I did Streets of Rage 4, and I did Battletoads as well, maybe, I forget. But I think I've not been able to crack YouTube. I think that's requires too much time and effort, I think, to put a decent video together and do it. And then I think you want to spend more time playing or streaming, but I think you have got to have it a fair split. If you're going to do that, you need to put the time into both too, because technically if you launch on YouTube, that's where a lot of your views and everyone comes from, because you sort of just siphon them off into your Twitch stream. But no, I like the idea of that, and I did that as well. But I think, to your point, it's so difficult when you do a new game, because if you go to that Twitch front page, like I remember Tony Hawk's, I didn't necessarily do it to do like the first 90 or whatever, but I was just like, I think I streamed Tony Hawk's on the first couple of days it was released, and like literally you go to the home, every single person is playing Tony Hawk. So again, how do you stand out amongst that, I think is the challenge.
It's something I would like to go back to, because I love games and I love talking about games. That's what I want my channel to be. I want to be able to have people who are interested in the game I'm playing come in, ask questions. I'll be like, I'm loving it, I'm not loving it. I won't necessarily do a full playthrough of it. And
just get that discussion there, get that,
talk about games. And it's something I'll possibly return to if I was to ever build a larger community where I had high average viewers and whatnot. I'd probably end up going back to that, at least like one time a week or something, because it's not necessarily sustainable to keep playing new games. There's not enough, as many as there are. So yeah, it's what I'd like to do. And then, like Rickman mentioned about YouTube videos, I've thought about using my stream clips, combining them, and then just doing some audio over the top, sort of talking about what I think about this game I've streamed, and then coming up with some clever or dumb name to put on top of it. But yeah, I mean, YouTube's hard, but I've tried YouTube, and you know, it was alright.
Well, Crownyy, let's talk about your YouTube. You have a YouTube channel from like 7 years ago? Listen.
Yep.
Did I see that right? I was looking at it earlier today as a little bit of prep work, and I swear I saw like 7 years ago you were doing YouTube? Longer, maybe?
I have. I'm just trying to look now because I haven't got them all linked. I've actually got. So I've got the existing one. Just trying to get it up if my internet doesn't play up.
There's the let's see, because it was like crafty game. What is it? Unicraft or something like this.
I had two channels. One I think was called something like Crown. It might have just been Crown's Town or something.
Yeah.
And that was before I was streaming. So I had the Crown's Town thing before. That was actually Crown's Town was Nat, my sister's idea, but we can talk about that another time.
Yep, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah, I thought we would. And then another one called Unigamer93, I think it was, and that was, believe it or not, created while I was at university. And I'm not ashamed. I'll happily share that I've done over 100, well, probably between the two channels, over 200 videos. And, you know, obviously, I've done it with not the best equipment. I watch some of them back and they make me cringe a little bit. But generally, on some of them, I'm relatively proud of, just for when I made them, sort of thing.
Right.
And I was doing all right. But then, you know, left uni, you know, got a job, and all of a sudden, time, like Rickman mentioned, it takes time to make YouTube videos, especially. So that sort of stopped that, and then I started a new one for the Twitch channel, but it's only you know, there's no scheduled videos for that. It's just maybe for me to upload some highlights for like special streams I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Rickman, do you got anything specific for the Crown Man here?
I just want to pick up on your. I mean, we spoke about this, me and HG. The scheduling. You've obviously got your 3 days, 7 p.m. UK, if I'm not mistaken. How did you arrive on those days?
Largely down to, I mean, with the midweek ones, so just working. You know, I work sort of your 9 to 5 standard type hours. So you then have to get home. I mean, I say get home. I'm working from home at the moment, but typically when I came up with it, getting home takes about 20, sometimes 30 minutes to get home.
Yeah.
You know, sort dinner. So 7. I mean, even 7's still a bit of a push. It can be a bit of a rush. But that just seemed like the sensible time, and I struggled to go on later than 10 or half 10, simply because our bedroom's right next door, and the other half, Emily, she
you get in trouble. I can relate to that one.
Exactly. I'd get in trouble, and I'd feel, what's the point in streaming if I've got to whisper down the mic? So 7 to 10 / half 10, 3-hour stream seems reasonable. And then the Saturdays tend to be a bit busier. Sunday, it's nice to get a stream in the afternoon, a different time for different time zones.
Right.
And that just seems to be, at the moment, it's the quiet day. But then I've only ever streamed during COVID, so everything's always been shut. So I've not had to fit it around plans. Essentially, it's been easy. So that will be a challenge, especially with the weekend ones. If life returns to normal one day.
And on the back of that, sorry, actually, on the back of that, you got your you mentioned you're obviously trying to pick up different viewers, different time zones. Your community, do you know what the makeup is of sort of guys in the States or sort of Northern America, over that side of the world, versus sort of UK based or European?
I would say generally probably more state based than UK wise.
And Canada too. You got some Canadians in there. Yeah.
We've got Canada. We've got US. I've had a gentleman called Mr. Doritos, or Doritos the Guy, who's been in since pretty much the beginning of my mixed days. He's from Norway. And then, my sister and her community, she's a streamer as well. She's got a few more UK based who also support me, which is very nice of them. So it's a mix, but I'd say in terms of who come solely to my channel that I know of, a lot of state based, which is relatively interesting, especially because they're normally watching me in the morning or in the afternoon, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's just how it's happened.
Easy time for us to watch while we're doing things like working or whatever we're doing. I tell you, because like you come on about, I think it's like two or three, depending on whether we're observing daylight savings time or not. But it's real easy for me to pop on the iPad and hang out and watch a Crownyy stream while I'm like doing actual work or trying to do actual work. But it's too hype in your streams. I can't focus on my work. I get distracted.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. No, it's one of the benefits for everyone. I think at the moment the amount of people working from home is helping, because it means people like yourself can get into my stream. I can, I always have someone's stream open when I'm working. Right. Quite often getting distracted from working, but that'll be another challenge further down the road, is when we're all back in the office.
Right.
For those that have to.
I need to know, how did you come up with the derp? How did you come up with the derp? Tell me, because it's my new favorite. Rickman, I don't know if you've been in a Crownyy stream this week, maybe. I feel like it's probably new. It's been about a week, probably. Crownyy has the best all-time channel point redemption, where it just zooms in on his face and makes a fart sound. And as immature as it sounds, it is legitimately my new favorite channel redemption out of any channel. And I want to know how you came up with it.
So, I get a bit carried away on my channel point stuff, and a lot of the time it doesn't work great, or the volume's not great or something, and because there's so many little intricacies to tweak, and you can only really find out what's going wrong when you stream and when it happens. I literally, the Saturday before my internet went, so it was the 20th of February. Saturday's normally my day when I try to do, if I'm not doing anything else, I'll try to tweak some stuff. I came across this, it's a program called this Lorian board, and it's essentially it's like a stream deck, but you can customize it and basically program the buttons to do whatever you want. So I go down a thing of watching YouTube videos, a rabbit hole on how to use it, and find out that you can use it to manipulate your scenes on OBS. So you can do it so it looks like it's zooming in and things like this. So I thought, you know what, it would be cool if I can allow my viewers to literally change the look of the stream, and I will play with it more over time. Right. And the derp comes from, because I thought I'd zoom in, I'd make a stupid face because I look like an idiot because it's right in my face.
It's big, yeah, your face, whole screen, crazy.
Yeah, well, I know. It's not for the lighthearted. And and I just thought, well, every streaming channel has a fart sound effect in their channel points, so
hey Steve, we're missing out here. We need to get on this fart sound.
This is true. I need to do more stuff with my channel points now. Crowny's been giving me ideas. Crownyy, you also have the Saxman, right? It's Saxman, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, been used. It is old now. The Saxman is old. I mean, when did that first pop up? And then years ago. But it was a bit of an experiment with this Lorian board thing, because I just discovered it and got lost in this whole of the amount you can do with it is insane, basically. Right. So I was messing around with it, and then that was one. I was finding out how you can download clips from YouTube with green screen backgrounds and then put them on OBS and chroma key the green out. Right. So I was just doing all that and tweaking, and it was the next day when my internet went, so no one could see it.
Yeah, it was so sad. There's so many cool things in there. And you got the light behind you, right? That was also the day before or something that your internet went out? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, my camera's gone a bit wonky.
It's all good. We've gone blurry, but that's all right. We can hear you just fine.
Yeah, that was I mean, I've got a plain white background. If I just I've got a plain white background behind me, just a wall. Yeah. And I've been meaning to get some shelves. You know, again, what streamer doesn't have a cool, you know, fancy background? You've got some badass streaming lights on the wall. You've got a very nice kitchen.
I've got a nice kitchen.
But I have nothing, you see, so I haven't even got that. So I just thought it would be something to make my background look a bit nice. And when it's dark, it's a bit light outside. So
Right.
I think it looks relatively all right. So it's just something to spice it up a bit, I guess.
All right. Well, let's get into the last topic here, the last big topic. I need to know how you came up with Crownstown, Crownyy, the branding, all of it. I want the full story on the crown.
So my surname's Crown.
Oh, that's for real? That's for real?
Take...
I thought that was like a made-up bit.
No, my surname's Crown.
Easy
so
peasy.
All of a sudden, you realise none of this is really any sort of geniusness. It's just my surname, guys. Yeah, my surname's Crown, so you can see where it all sort of started from now.
Yep.
Crownstown, I can't remember why, but that was something that was mentioned years ago by Nat, my sister. I can't remember why, but I have to give her credit for coming up with it. Not for me, she came up with it, I don't know, on a random note for something, I don't know, I can't remember.
And he stole it and he made it his own.
And then I tapped it, she didn't use it. As I said, I had that YouTube channel which came long before streaming, so I sort of used it then. It just, you know, the crowns and the town, it goes together. It's whether it's good or not, I don't know. And then yeah, Crownyy. Crownyy is what some of my friends call me. One drunken night, they just started calling me Crownyy. So that's where that came from, I guess. And then with the branding and everything, I don't really know where that started. I mean, I like to create my own branding and sort of try to stick to it as much as I can. I like things to be simplistic. I like things to be bright, inviting. So I sort of brought that in with the Crownyy. I've always liked tweaking stuff in Photoshop. I'm not that good. I always like messing around with things, basically. Hence the channel point randomness. I just like messing around with stuff. It's almost the funnest part of streaming. Almost is behind the scenes stuff.
You like that? Has your branding been the same since Mixer? Has it been the same crown thing?
No, it did change once. So it used to be. It's always been a sort of blue sort of vibe. It was a much simpler looking crown. It's still like in terms of like my tiles and my Twitter banner and stuff like that. That was still made by myself, but and I still thought it was all right. But it was a little bit more simplistic, I guess. Essentially, and I just kind of thought I wanted to bring a little bit more colour because it was basically blue and black. And then I sort of was like, I need to create something a bit more interesting. Something that will catch some eyes a little bit more and maybe bring what I like to bring to my streams a bit more into my branding, I guess. So I plan on it being the same as it is now. I'm relatively happy with it for now.
Let's do some quick fire stuff. What is your all-time favorite game?
See, I actually thought you'd probably end up asking these sort of questions.
Yeah, see? Easy.
And yeah, you'd think so. In terms of all-time favourite game, I always just struggle. I never have one that comes to me instantly for all-time favourite game. Like, I always think there's the games from my childhood. I know these are supposed to be quickfire, but
no. We can take as long as we want to explore these topics. Yeah, it's all good.
You know, I've got the games from my childhood that sort of jump through, and I don't want you to get triggered by this, HG, because I know I think you said you're not a fan. The Zeldas, particularly the 3D. I mean, for me, it was Ocarina of Time. Me and Nat, we used to play. Well, to be honest, she probably played a lot more of it than me. I used to more watch. You know, the Banjo and Kazooie. You can tell the N64.
Yes, come on the banjo.
Yes.
Oh, Rickman's favorite. My goodness. Yeah, Banjo's good. I'm on Team Banjo as well.
yeah, I mean, there's all those sort of games from when I was younger, which aren't necessarily obviously the greatest games of all time, but they're the games.
No, Banjo, best game ever confirmed.
Rickman, big fan of Banjo.
Always.
Again, features in my streams. If I'm lucky enough to get a raid, the Banjo remix comes in, and it is pretty epic. Yeah, I mean, and then I don't think I could name a game. The Halos, Halo 2, Witcher 3, I think GTA 5. Trying to think of some more recent ones. Trying to think of something from like last year, but there's nothing really. I'm a big fan of the recent Assassin's Creeds, for all their flaws. So I don't know. I'd have to maybe cop out a bit. Metal Gear Solid's not recently, but
yeah. This is good though. This is there's the correct answer, by the way, for best game of all time. Super Mario World. Come on, are you kidding me? Best game ever made, and it's not even close. But I'll give you a pass because you said Banjo-Kazooie, and that's good enough for me.
Do you know? I mean, given that was N60, I mean, we had an Amiga, which is that was technically the first gaming experience I had, but the first proper was an N64. But never been. I play Mario, respect Mario, and I enjoy Mario. Never really, and we had Mario N64
right
on Nintendo, but just never. I think at a younger age, never really connected with Mario's until now when I'm a bit older. And
it's because you played Mario 64, and that's the weakest of all the 3D
games. Oh my gosh,
games.
Mario 64.
We respect it for what it did for the 3D platform game.
Yeah.
But Banjo-Kazooie perfected it.
Oh, yeah.
To be
fair, you compare the two, and yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, I agree with Rick on that one.
Yeah, Mario 64 is no good, and it did not hold up at all. It's awful. I tried to play it recently, just the worst experience. No fun. Okay, you also grew up a wrestling fan. Who was your favorite wrestler?
Ticking all the boxes.
See? Who was your favorite wrestler when you were younger?
It might be a bit of a boring answer, but The Rock.
I mean,
safe answer.
Well, here's the thing. Rickman loves Stone Cold. So,
yeah.
The rivalry, The Rock Stone Cold, you know.
I'll give you maybe a controversial wrestling take quickly.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't follow wrestling much at all now, so I don't really know a lot about it now. But in the Attitude Era, and when I actually have always preferred, given that I didn't watch it way back in the day, I prefer the badass Undertaker riding his motorbike to Undead Undertaker.
Oh, whoa. That's a controversial.
Now, I never knew OG Undead and Undertaker. I've only known him since he went back to it.
Right.
I just never really liked it.
Oh, that's so fascinating.
I wasn't a fan of The Undertaker when he returned at WrestleMania 20 as the Dead Man, and since then. When he was the Dead Man during the Attitude Era, when he was like, you know, this proper gothic, and then he had the Rock theme song as well, like he had that metal.
Yeah.
That for me is the best of all time, but I think the sort of American Badass, the Big Evil, that would probably be a close second for me.
I used to, I enjoyed him coming out to some Limp Bizkit back in the day, I'll be honest.
Man.
Yeah, The Rock, I still love him now. To me, easy.
Have you tried The Rock's new energy drink yet?
I don't know if it's here yet. Zoa, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to order online. You have to order online only.
Yeah, I mean, who does that though?
I did.
I mean, I guess.
What do you mean, who does that? HG does that. You kidding me? First day, I said, Rock, I need some of that energy juice. It was okay. It tasted like Red Bull.
You haven't been sent one of those fridges by him, though?
Oh, I'm so annoyed by this whole thing because I keep seeing all these bigger streamers get sent these refrigerators, right? And by the way, I don't know if I've ever told this on stream or not, but The Rock many years ago actually replied to a tweet of mine. This was under my personal account because Honolulu Gamer did not exist yet. This would have been 2013. And so, you know, ever since then, I kind of feel like The Rock and I are friends. And so I'm thinking, you know, I see all these big streamers getting these refrigerators. And so what do? I tweet out, where's my refrigerator? Where is it? I need my refrigerator, Rock. Send me one. Nothing. He doesn't respond to me. He doesn't care about the small guy anymore. The Rock is now Hollywood.
You never know. He might watch this. You just never.
Oh, just wait until I clip it and put it on Twitter. Call out The Rock. You kidding me?
I'll call out The Rock. Yeah, I'll call out The Rock. He can send me a fridge any day.
When you tweeted him, did you reply to the original tweet he replied to you on?
So, are you talking back in 2013, the original one?
Yeah, go back, find that one, then reply to it. But hey, Wayne, how about that fridge?
So I actually
we go way back.
Yeah. Hey, hello. I actually don't think I could do that because I don't think that Twitter account exists anymore because that was connected to back when I worked in radio and I had, a few thousand followers and I was not working in radio anymore. I had started my professional life in marketing and I don't know why I did this. This is one of the biggest regrets I have. Instead of just keeping that platform of a few thousand followers on Twitter, I deleted it. And it was like, I'm starting over. Like, I want to build this, like,
from scratch.
And just legitimately the worst decision I've ever made. Because, like, that was such a big platform, man. Could you imagine now? I could have connected it to HG and just whatever. It's fine.
You could have got a free TV. Yeah, exactly. Not TV, fridge even. Yeah, exactly what Crownyy said.
Yeah.
I know. It was too bad. All right, Crownyy. Why don't you give us the lowdown on your future streaming plans? What do you got coming up? What can people expect from you in the near term? And then also, I want to hear also your long-term goals as well.
So coming up, you may well be aware I've set some. I've not always been one to set sub goals. I've always been hesitant with things like sub goals because I feel bad. I get this guilt of like, why should I try and encourage people to spend money on my stream sort of thing? But I realise it's part of the what we're doing. So we've got as I said, it's going to be a year soon for my streaming anniversary. I've got, in terms of sub goals, I've got a few special streams. I've got a 12-hour charity stream to organise. Maybe I'll wait and see how yours goes and then ask you for some tips. That's a little way off because that's just been hit. So I need to think about that and come up with a plan. But that'll be coming up. I've got a special stream where I basically punish myself. I've done a hot and spicy stream where every time I died playing Sekiro, which is naturally quite a lot, do a shot of hot sauce. I'm doing something similar like that again, this time super sour. So I've got Rick, you might recognise these actually. I don't know as a fellow Brit, but these toxic waste sweets.
I love them, absolutely love them. Apart from when they burn the roof of your mouth after you have too many.
I hate them. I've got loads of them, so that'll be for super sour streams. Every time I die, every time someone subs, I'll spin the wheel and pick a random sour sweet.
Oh, I like that, spin the wheel. I like that a lot.
It's good. As I said, I like the little fancy widgets and stuff, and I've got this wheel. I've got music that plays when I spin the wheel. It's great.
Is that in real life? You've got literally a wheel you spin, or is that a digital one? You press a button and it does it on screen.
Digital one, but I like the thought of a real life one actually.
You can have that one for free.
So I've got that coming up. Me and my partner Emily, we occasionally do special streams together. So we'll be doing one of them soon. And then sort of thinking long term, do you say where I would like to be long term?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm not one of these people that's always sort of focused on I want this to be my career, because that's such a long shot. Of course I would not turn it down. It would be amazing. I would love generally to work in the games industry, really, because as I said, I love games. I love talking about games. In terms of long term, really just a stable, I guess I'm saying medium to long term, a stable viewership. Maybe it's hard to say. I just want a regular. All I really want from streaming mainly is a good average viewership, some cool people that I can talk to in Discord that I meet through it, which is happening now, but I just want to grow that a bit more. But really, I just want to grow a steady community of people who either stream or don't stream. To talk to about games, to play games with. I don't do much collab, which I should do more of. To just some stability, some consistency with my streams, really going forward. No more streaming with 2 people watching. I want the average viewership up. I want more people to come into my streams and hang out, really, and chat to. Of course, I would like to do it full time, and that'd be incredible. But that to me is almost a longer term goal than a long term goal, you know.
Right.
That's a bonus. That's a bonus, because I think if you look at it too much and you try to focus on just being a streamer, like, I would have given up by now, because I've done this a year now, and I think I'm at 6 average viewers, which, you know, other people get much more growth. That's fine, good for them. But if those 6 people come in every stream and are chatty and, you know, come to the Discord and get to know them, then that's essentially my long-term goal, just maybe on a slightly bigger scale.
Do you has Natalie been streaming as long as you?
No, so this is a good example. She's been streaming shorter time. I like to think I'm an inspiration.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, naturally.
She's been streaming, I don't know, a fair bit less than me, really. She very much for a while thought she couldn't stream because she lives out in the sticks.
Right.
She doesn't have PC. She doesn't have capture cards, that sort of stuff. So she's a straight from console streamer, and she didn't. And to be honest, neither did I. I didn't think the internet back home would hold up. But she came back. She used to live in Italy for a couple of years. I can't remember now. She'll kill me for that. But,
very nice.
so she came home because of Corona, basically. She wanted to be near family. And yeah, she's probably been doing almost half the time, and she's seen some. You know, maybe she saw me as an inspiration to begin with, but now I see her as one. But she's smashing it. Like, to be fair, she's absolutely smashing it, and I enjoy. We always kind of wanted to do something like this together. Like, we weren't, and not necessarily streaming, but we always thought about doing a YouTube video. We both like games. We always sat, as growing up, we always sat watching one another play games. So we always kind of thought doing something like this together. And once COVID's out of the way, we'll still have our separate streams, but you might see her here and maybe me there, sort of thing. So yeah, she's done it a lot less, and that's the thing. She's seen more growth, and that's why you just kind of got to focus on yourself. I think not worry about other people's other people's growth, because I see people start at the same time as me and they've shot up. But as long as I've got some regulars to come in and hang out with me, that's the main thing.
Definitely agree with that. I think, you know, we've had this conversation before, me and HG, where you compare yourself to others. Particularly, I mean, I know I've mentioned this, that you compare yourself to others, and it hurts your channel, it hurts your stream, because you're thinking, well, why was that not like this person? What are they doing differently? And then you're not being just natural, and you're not doing it because you enjoy it. You end up just trying to hit all these other things just to try and, you know, and you think too much about it. So no, I definitely agree with your advice there. I think it's just take care of you.
Yeah, that's when the game, like choosing what games to play, comes into it. You can be a bit, you can think tactically about what you play, because there are games that, not your new games, not your old games, they're in the middle. They have a passionate fan base, and if I don't want to play, I won't play it, basically.
Right.
Because you can focus on just playing something because you think it's gonna kind of use. But anyway, I digress.
Oh, that was good, Rick. Man, you got any last minute thing for the Crown Man?
No. I appreciate. I saw I got an email through, a nice little follow there. So I keep checking you out. I didn't realise the schedule at the time, so I kept checking out, because I always like to give follows on stream just to get that call out. But, no, definitely. Yeah. 2:00 tomorrow. I'll definitely pop by. Hit follow. Yeah, no, I'm just. I was looking through some of your video on demand, and I was liking it. So yeah, interested to come by and actually really check you out, I guess. So
and the same goes for Go ahead, Crownyy. What do you got?
No, I was just going to say thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. So that's another avenue. Podcast is another whole thing that I'd like to get into in the future. So it's been nice to be on one. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. So everybody, you'll find Crownyy's information down below in the description box. It's going to be good. Crownyy, very much. So if you are a regular member of the Ohana and you haven't checked out Crownyy, which I can't imagine there's many of the Ohana that haven't because we are such a supportive group. But if you haven't, you need to, because the Crownyy vibe and the HG vibe are not so dissimilar, I would say. So Crownyy, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you both. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Crownyy.
All right, have a great day, night, afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are, whenever you're watching.